Hi beauty fam, welcome back to Mickey Car Beauty. I'm Mickey Carico, and on my channel I love to talk about luxury skincare and makeup and sometimes indie brands. And today I wanted to do a get ready with me of putting on and trying out new to me makeup. Some of these are new to the market and then some of them have been around for a while. So Nordstrom had a sale and I was able to pick up some SURRATT products. And I've always been wanting to try the SURRATT Dewdrop Foundation. And so I am close shade twinsies with Alicia Archer, Kinky Sweat. And I looked back on her review of these dewdrops, and I know Michelle Wong loves this formula. So it was on sale at Nordstrom a while back. And so I ended up picking up shade number 7. So that is what it looks like. I love the packaging of SURRATT. It looks like it might be just plain black, but actually in real life, it has this a purpley green, kind of a duochrome underlay in it. So you can see a little bit here. I'm gonna do this. You can see SURRATT, the wording is in there. It's very sleek, modern packaging. So that is what the box is. And it is made in Japan. And although this is a New York based company, a lot of their products and aesthetics of how they create their products are based on Japanese technology. So I just really like the fusion of what SURRATT has of Japanese aesthetic and technology, but it's a Western owned brand. So, and a lot of their products are really great. I think at some point I might do a full face, or as much as I can, of a full face of SURRATT one day, but let me know if you're interested in that. And I was also able to pick up their eyebrow gel in deep brown. So I wanted to try that on with you today. So I have already skincare on, and I think I have a lot of skincare already, and I don't want to add on even primer because I think that'll be too much on my face. So we're just going to go ahead and shake this up. And I have tried this foundation already. It has a screw cap, so you twist it off, and you do have to shake it because it's a very liquidy foundation. So you have to use this mechanism back here, and then you squeeze out the product there. So that is, I think, more than enough, but we'll see. Last time I checked, this is a really good shade for me because I'm kind of still having my tan, and it's just a nice color. What I'm going to do is just kind of put that all over. I have a lot of skincare down already, and then sometimes when I put too much product on my face, it can kind of sometimes affect how the makeup's gonna wear. This is a very skin-like natural foundation, and I can see why people like it. It's very light, and it just kind of makes your skin look like your skin, but better. And I would say the coverage is about a light medium. It doesn't cover blemishes. So that's something to know, is that if you're looking for a full coverage foundation, this is not it. It's not buildable. And I'll get in close so you can see how that's wearing. So you can see, like, you know, you can see the redness still here in my texture, and that's okay. Kind of going for more of a natural look today. So if you're a person with perfect skin, then it's gonna look glorious, but just know that it doesn't emphasize my texture more. It doesn't, you know, cover up blemishes. So I think what I'm gonna do is try to see if I can go in a little bit and just do a little add on and try to spot correct if it's possible. What I do like about this, it feels like this foundation definitely feels like a liquid, like a light kind of serum-y kind of foundation, like a tint, which I like. So it is dewy, so I do have to powder it down. I do like the way it wears down. It doesn't emphasize any of my texture, so I've definitely have wear tested this. It doesn't settle into my fine lines, which is nice. It just lays down like a really nice skin tint, and a natural one at that, and just kind of like a little bit like my skin but better, and a dewy finish. Okay, so that is the foundation, and you can see it has a little bit of a glow. If I wanted more like a less of a glow, I would probably recommend doing like a primer. So, oh, actually I forgot. Oh, so I did get the Traceless Soft Matte Primer, but I think I'm going to save that for another day and just do a look of Tom Ford. I'm going to put some under eye corrector, Becca Cosmetics, my under eye brightening corrector in medium to deep, and just color correcting the dark circles under my eyes. You can see that really helps, at least for me. I know people either love this product or don't. It is very emollient, so for me it works. There's other correctors that are just a little bit more thicker, like the Charlotte Tilbury one and NARS, and that's definitely more like, it's definitely thicker to put on. So if you don't like corrector that's pretty emollient, you probably won't like this, but I like that under my eyes because I have aging eyelids and I like to have moisture underneath. I think I want to use the KOSAS. This is not a new one. You've seen this on my channel. I just want to start using this up because these products do have a shelf life. I do like the KOSAS for a more light, wash of concealer. And so I'm going to put some here too, because this tint is very light. I'm just kind of using that to color correct and then brighten some high points of my face. I'm gonna let it sit there for a second. Okay, so I'm grabbing my Sonia G Jumbo Concealer. I love this concealer brush. I do like KOSAS. I think because I have a tan still from summer, that color I picked is great for when I'm tan because it's a little bit brighter. I got it in the color 6.2N. But when I lose my tan, as we move into the summer months, it's going to be just exactly kind of like my skin color. So I don't prefer this color I got for the winter. So I'm trying to use a lot of it up before we turn into the fall winter season. Okay, so just kind of using that on certain points of my face. So you can see my face is pretty dewy still. Grabbing my Pat McGrath under eye powder in a yellow. Is it yellow or banana? I can't remember. I think it's yellow. And then my Wayne Goss airbrush is kind of going in very delicately because you don't want to use too much under the eye. I don't feel like this is a brightening under eye powder. I think it's like just nice for my skin tone. It's kind of the yellow complexion. It brightens a little bit, but if you want one that's a little bit brightening, they have a light color and then medium. It's nice. So just kind of going into, I love this powder. Even though it's marketed for the under eye, I wish they made this bigger for the rest of your face because I have actually used this for my entire face and actually do love it. So I'm actually grabbing the SISLEY Matte 2, but I actually just use the same powder brush, the Wayne Goss airbrush brush, and just go in and kind of like spot powder because I find that if I use a big brush, it's just too unwieldy and it doesn't, I just like to spot powder, if that makes sense. I just feel like the finish is nicer because if I use a brush, a larger brush, and do just a big swath, it ends up being a little bit too much powder and too matte, and it ends up looking like the powder look. You know what I'm talking about? Like looks like a mask, and we don't want that. Okay, so the foundation base is looking really nice. And as you can see, it's a pretty good shade match of, it looks like my skin, but better. I think it pairs really nicely with at least the tan I have now, which is a really nice look. It just looks like, it looks like a really natural foundation. And I can see why people really like it. I do feel like there's still a tack on it. And I don't think that has to do with the Dewdrop foundation. I think I just honestly have a little bit too much skincare down today. So what I'm doing is just taking a beauty blender, and I probably should have done this before, but I'm just kind of like patting over my face to pick up any extra product that might have just been put down. And just like kind of push in the product more so it lays better. That makes sense. And it'll just wear better throughout the day. Okay, so yeah, there's some, I can see some stuff on the beauty blender. So, okay, so hopefully that picked that up. Okay, so I also got the SURRATT Eyebrow Gel. So I actually threw out my Holy Grail Tom Ford Eyebrow Gel, and I had seen that they released new eyebrow gel from Tom Ford. They swear they didn't reformulate it, but I had seen some beauty content creators saying how the formula for the Tom Ford eyebrow gel is not the same. So I thought I would try the SURRATT Expressioniste Brow Pomade in deep brown. And so this was on sale, and so this is what the brush looks like. And so it's coated in the deep brown color. It's a little hanging there. So it's coated in the deep brown color. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this as, I'm not gonna try to fill in my brows. I just want you to see what this looks like. I think it helps to angle it a little bit because a lot of the pomade is sitting on the sides of the brush. And so what I'm gonna do is kind of push it this way a little bit too, so I can get some of the product in there as well. And come back and clean it up a little bit. So it does get messy. I can see some of that, like some of it came off to my skin. So I just go in and kind of clean that up. Okay, so that is the brow gel on this side without. So you can see it's like a nice color. I don't like using black for my eyebrow gels or colors. It's just too severe. So I like this as we're getting to fall. It looks really nice. And this is perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. Sometimes I just don't have the time or patience to fill in my eyebrows of pencil. I want them to be filled in and then kind of stay put with an eyebrow gel. And this is exactly what I was looking for. So it looks pretty nice, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go in. I'm actually gonna dunk it in one more time because then it picks up more product, and then work it on this side. Okay, so I finished that. I do like my eyebrows a little spiky, so that's fine. It makes, for me, it kind of fakes that it's actually fuller than it really is. So I do like that. Okay, so I have been loving this so far. I'm really happy that this worked out because I was a little worried that Tom Ford, like I was gonna have a hard time replacing it. And this just went on sale and it's actually been working out really well. And it does stay throughout the day. Also my marker for a good eyebrow gel, and I've tried a couple. What I've noticed with eyebrow gels, even if they're clear or they have a tint to it of a color, sometimes, and I don't know what it is, either the formula or because I have black hair, that with gels, sometimes it'll just dry down and it'll be like if I tilt my head, there'll be a gray cast on my dark hair. So it's kind of like if you have dark hair, you know, like it's almost like it reminds me of when you have hairspray, and some hairspray brands actually leave a gray film on your hair, and you're like, not cute, because hairspray should be like clear and translucent. Whereas sometimes I find like even this product, it's okay. Makeup by Mario, I have this Master Hold brow gel. It's supposed to be clear, but sometimes if I use too much, you can kind of see like the gel in here. Whereas this, you don't see a sheen. And usually it's when I tilt my head, you can see like there's definitely some product in there. And this looks definitely more natural. So I like that. So definitely would recommend this product if you were kind of looking for one to replace like a Tom Ford eyebrow gel. I also heard the new Dior brow gel was also really, really good. I had ordered it and then I got back ordered and I just couldn't get a hold of it. So I just, you know how it is. If the product's not available, I'm not gonna try to hunt it down. It's like, if it's available, great, and I'll get it. But you know, accessibility is like really important when you're looking for products. So this SURRATT, I would definitely highly recommend it. And I just love the packaging. This wand, it's like a really fine brush. So I do find that you do have to kind of go in for each, which is fine, each eyebrow. And then the product does end up kind of welling here, so I do have to angle it, but that's not an issue. What I do like is that I basically don't have to fill in my eyebrows. It's like a 2-for-1. I don't have to fill in my eyebrows with a pencil. So that's what I love about this so far. So 2 for 2, the 2 products, the SURRATT products I got are fantastic. And if you haven't tried out SURRATT, I would recommend trying out their eyeshadows. I have a couple of their singles. One of my favorite quads is the Beyond Beige palette. I love that one, but they're a really great brand you might want to look to. I think they're really underrated. Okay, I don't have a new eye primer. I'm just using up this Fenty one I have. It's the Fenty Beauty Invisipink eye primer. It's okay. It's not like my favorite. I think I really love the Hourglass one I had. It finally just went bad and I had to throw it away. If you have an eye primer you like, let me know. My eyes are pretty oily, my eyelids, so I've used the NARS eye primer in the past, so I think I might try that again. And then I actually, for a different video, I'll be doing my eye look for a different video. I'm gonna move on to the PHYTOSURGENCE blushes, Skin Spark blushes. I think these came out at the beginning of summer, and they're very like warm, earthy tones. And I feel like they're perfect for fall. So let me do a swatch of these. This is Sublimate, it's the red one, and then Evaporate. So here is Evaporate. It's this really beautiful color. And then Sublimate. And I'm gonna try these again. Like, I'm not too keen on cream shadows. Like, I keep trying, and maybe I just have to just know that maybe it's not for me because I have an oily face. So this is Evaporate. And this is Sublimate. And this is the one that's very red. So I've actually used these together and put the deeper one back there and the lighter one in the front. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is actually put the deeper one on like right here and then kind of work the product a little bit. Because I don't want to put too much. And I'm just pouncing. I'm trying to just pounce and not go back and forth on the product, because with my skin and I have an oily base, it will end up moving the product more. So that's what that looks like, the color Sublimate. Very pretty. And I think if you have a deeper skin tone, this is gonna look really lovely on you. And those of mine or lighter, like, you can definitely still use it. Just go light on it. I think it's really beautiful. So just using a rougher brush, 04. And then I'm going into Evaporate, the lighter one. And then where am I gonna put it? Just kind of here, I think. Take a little more. And I'm gonna take a different brush. This is a cheek brush, the Lotus series from Sonia G, and just kind of working again that product into the brush. And I like to do that because with cream blushes, it's just easier to control that way. Okay, so pretty. I like it. I do find, at least with my skin type, it's best to powder down and, you know, let it be, and then, or powder it down and then add a powder blush, because it's just harder for cream blushes for them to stay on my face. And what happens if I don't set it down with powder or another blush is that it starts to migrate, and then I have just like redness down my face, and it's not cute. Knowing that, I'm going to, again, take this just ever so lightly, just kind of just add a layer on top. And it's definitely a lot of blush, so it's okay that I went in and set that. It's really pretty. It's a lovely blush. And then I think I'm gonna put a little bit of bronzer on. And I was watching Andrea Ali, who is a makeup artist, and she has a huge following on YouTube. She's a fantastic makeup artist based in Paris. And I was watching one of her videos to, you know, learn more about makeup techniques. And she was talking about how bronzers, we shouldn't be doing this because well, she didn't say why, but it makes sense. Like if we do start to do this, it moves the product around. And then I found that to be true for me because, again, oily skin, even though I set it down, it starts to move the product. So what she recommended with blush, it's best to just kind of tap it on. So we're going to try that with the Le Beige Chanel Sunbath Deep. And I'm just going in with the Niji Pro, so Niji brush, and just doing that. And that's what she recommended. You just want to ever so slightly just kind of apply the bronzer like this. And maybe this isn't the best brush for that because I think she had a smaller one, but I wanted to see if I could do that today with at least this brush. I think I can. It's nice because it's kind of angled already. Okay. And that's it for the bronzer. I usually, for my last thing that I like to do is going in with my BK Beauty 105 brush and use the Chantecaille Perfect Blur Finishing Powder. And I have this in light medium. I finally got close to panning the original Hummingbird package, and I'm afraid it's gonna fall out. So I just decided to open this. Okay, so that's done. I did the blurring powder. I think it looks really lovely. And then what I'll do is I'm going to finish my other eye look for a different video, and then I'll come back and show you what the final look looks like. Okay, beauty fam, I am back. I actually did a different video filming my makeup look, and I'll link that above or below. And so I just wanted to let you know I finished this quad with this eye look and a different review, and wonder if you can guess what it is. I'll put it below so you can check it out. I did finish the look with the new Chanel lipsticks, the Rouge Allures, and this is in 211 Subtil. It's very warm tone, but there is like a hint of pink in it, but it definitely is really, really pretty. And then I put the liner Dragon by Lisa Eldridge. And so I ended up I had forgotten to put some highlighter on, so I used the Chanel Le Beige Sheer Healthy Glow Highlighting Fluid in Sunkissed. And so you can see it's just really playing really nicely with that PHYTOSURGENCE blush, those two blushes I use. And I just love this highlighter. And for me, this is more than enough. I think I got this more than a year ago, and I'm only probably 1/3 of the way through. So if you're looking for a really subtle, elegant highlighter, not blingy, but not a blingy, shiny highlighter, but something that gives a really nice, elegant glow and very subtle, I would highly recommend the liquid highlighters from Chanel, because they're also like aging skin friendly. So if you have like crepiness here, this highlighter is just going to be I think a lot more forgiving for texture and wrinkles, and then oily skin, because then I just know that these, I really am really picky about highlighters because of texture, and I love this product so much. I actually have 2 of these. I have it in Sunbath, which is really great when I have more of a tan, and then this one as well, or Ivoire. This is like a lighter kind of, very similar, but one's more champagne-y and others more tan. So I believe, last time I checked, I think these are both available through Chanel.com if you want to check it out. I'll put the links below. And you know, I've been filming for about an hour, so what I can say is that just reviewing the SURRATT foundation, it is definitely dewy. So if you're someone with super oily skin, this may not be for you, but I think it's a beautiful, natural looking foundation. I did powder down, as you saw, but you can see my oils are coming through, but I'm not mad about it. I think it makes my skin look really, really healthy. So I'm really enjoying this. I had heard wonderful things about this Dewdrop foundation from content creators that we all watch, Michelle Wong and Alicia Archer. So for me, this has always been on my list, and I lucked out. It's sometimes really hard to get a match, but I just tried shade 7, and it's like a really, really good match. So if you're close to my skin tone, 7 is your gal, that number. Seem to have lost the eyebrow gel. So the SURRATT eyebrow gel, I like. You can see how it made my eyebrows look really full. So if you can catch it on sale, or if you're looking for an eyebrow replacement for the Dior or the Tom Ford, I would say go ahead and get it. I ended up getting, again, the color deep brown. So I think that looks really lovely. I think if I got black, it would be too harsh. So I think that looks really lovely. What else can I say about my face? I think we'll see how this wears, and I'll pin a comment below how it's wearing. I did powder it down, so I'm really hoping that this doesn't move. And I think that's my biggest challenge with cream foundations or cream blushes. That's my biggest challenge with cream blushes, is that because of my oily skin, it tends to move around. So I'm just gonna go in and pat a little bit, and it's like always a delicate balance. If I put some of the powder on, I don't want it to like tamp down the blush. Like, I want it to stay. So I'm just gonna just slightly just kind of solidify it in. So you can see how that blurring powder just kind of brought the shine down. But again, you know that my skin is very oily, so in about 20 minutes it's gonna get shiny again, and I'm fine with that. So I'll put a pin and comment of how this blush is wearing. And then again, I just finished with this lipstick. You can't go wrong with that Rouge Allure collection from Chanel. I think if you find a color that you're interested, go ahead and buy it, or go to Nordstrom's or wherever they sell Chanel, and then try any of them of a color that resonates with you. And I did a review of the 5 colors I got from this collection, and I'll put that above here and then below. So let me know what you think about these new products, specifically like the Surratt. I'll work on doing a Surratt video at some point. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, beauty fam. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the time you hanging out with me. It's been fun. If you have any experience with Surratt or these PHYTOSURGENCE products, let me know, and how you're finding them. Would love to hear below your experience with them. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell, liking and commenting below. It really helps out my channel. And as always, please be very kind to yourself and others, and just be you. Until the next video, beauty fam, take good care. Bye.